I want to address the current race relation crisis in our country today. The reality is that this is not a current crisis. It's been a serious issue for hundreds of years in America. It seems like we who are not black or brown, we notice it when it affects us, such as when there are riots in the streets or when a football player takes a knee. But racism and discrimination due to color have been part of the fabric of our society for centuries. Now, to walk in someone else's shoes, that's what Jesus did by becoming human. He walked in our shoes. It's called the incarnation. Jesus became flesh. Jesus, Emmanuel, God with us. And so walking in someone else's shoes is at the very core of who we are as a church. It is what we are to do as followers of Jesus. I've never instructed my boys. I have two boys. Paula and I, my wife and I, have two boys, Christopher and Jordan. And we have never had to instruct them to be very careful if they ever got pulled over by a police car to always keep their hands on the steering wheel and not do anything at all that might be even remotely interpreted as aggressive behavior for fear that they might be shot. That never even crossed my mind. It wasn't part of my world. I didn't have that conversation with them. I didn't even think about it. Or, in the neighborhood where I live, predominantly white, I have never thought that someone might call the police on me just because I walked by their house. I don't think about those things. It's not my world, and yet it is the reality of many of our brown and black brothers and sisters. So what if every day, every moment of my life, that was my reality? How would it affect me? How would that change me? Would it not at some point make me very angry at the injustice of it all? I certainly hope it would. I would hope that it would, because if it didn't, it would mean that I was denying or ignoring my humanity. If I didn't become angry at the injustice, it would mean that I accepted living life at a diminished level. It would mean that I was forgetting that God had created me in His image and that I was of inestimable worth in His eyes. If I did not get angry at injustice perpetrated against me in a pervasive, everyday kind of way, I would be denying my God-given identity. And so, dear people, those of us who are not brown or black, may we strive to understand our brothers and sisters of color. May we engage with them and be part of bringing God's kingdom to earth. May we always, always be on the side of what dignifies humanity. And finally, may God help us all. May we walk in each other's shoes.